content. Yo, boom. Welcome back.
Chill for a second, but the man's not even ready.
I hurry up and do your makeup then.
Okay, no. Nah, yeah, go ahead then, I'm ready.
You sure? I can't about to do this already. Welcome back. It's the Incognito podcast, your favorite four.
Favorite four?
Yeah,
Fantastic.
TT.
Fantastic Four.
Sound like that. TT.
So, wait. You feel Fantastic Four, which character are you?
I'm Mr. Flexible, innit?
I'm the guy with the
You don't want to scrap.
No, that's me, bro.
I'm fair,
I'm the first.
It's too late, bro. She uphold it first.
I feel like Tim is the thing. You know that thing?
The rock guy.
The rock guy.
Bro, I'm scary.
I feel like TT is the thing.
That's not how I'm trying to be in real life, but TT.
I don't even need to present myself anymore.
Come
You
on,
might
come
know
on,
the
talk
tin.
this shit, bro.
Know the tin.
PH.
Bro, you know JD from. That's
Okay,
the fresh crepes.
Everyone's feeling themselves today, okay?
And S.
Come.
Yeah.
So yeah, what? Since Monday, lockdown in the UK has been off.
It's been
Yeah,
off.
man. Everything back open.
Let-
Most things.
What about the clubs and that?
Don't worry about
Not
it.
yet, man. Not yet.
Yeah, I've got to set alert for that.
They're taking.
But for the viewers as well, let us know where did you go, how you been since Monday. I'm saying,
What's the first thing you man did since
Facts.
everything reopened?
Facts.
Did
Let
you
us
go anywhere
know.
specific? Yeah, man. Let us know.
100%.
I heard. But it's funny because bare man rushed to the pubs and stuff. Like it was. It's funny.
Apparently it was messy, fam.
It was messy.
Bro, there was queues. There was queues
Imagine
outside some
queuing
pubs.
up in the cold just for.
I feel you, man. For
Pint of lager.
Tired, fam.
For 2 years, we've been in denial,
So
so
mad. We were like cats, you know.
cats and dogs.
Really.
Something like
See
that.
the similes under them.
Okay.
But anyways,
You know? You're bugging.
anyways, so yeah, man, I must have come across it this week. Kid Cudi, Saturday Night Live, wearing a dress.
Oh, yeah.
Boy,
I swear last week we were talking about Lil Nas, like,
it never stops.
Where is
It
this
never
world
stops,
coming
bro.
to,
It's
like-
like every week there's a new nigga wearing a dress, bro.
they're trying to
Make
make
it
it,
something controversial.
trying to make it cool or something. So yeah, man, you guys let us know what you think in the comment. But let me just start with the man then first. What's your take on that? What do you think? Do you think there's an agenda
But
behind
I think
it?
he's done up, man.
Mm.
I know he was saying he was paying respects to. What's his name? He was paying to respect to someone who passed away.
Yeah.
But still, you don't need to wear a
Oh,
dress.
it's a
Facts.
lady.
No, it's a man. It's a
Yeah,
man.
man.
but
That
apparently, I did my research. Apparently, this guy,
Yeah.
he used to wear dresses as well.
Oh, so he
So
was
he's
when he
paying,
was- when he was
paying
performing.
respects to him, and so he's
Okay.
paying respects to man, but I don't know. You could have done it another way. innit? You
Right,
don't have to wear a dress to do
Facts.
so.
There's so many ways to show respect to people. Like that's not an excuse.
You know what's funny? You sent me the post on Instagram, innit? And when I checked it out, the caption was the maddest thing. From my man said, "We did it.
Yeah.
He achieved something. Like you wearing a dress is you making it to a level,
Nonsense.
some next level in life, bro.
Me and the younger generation.
Like, what did you do? That's the real question. Like, what do you mean by we did it? You mean we did it? Yes, we managed to influence.
Yeah. What do you mean by that? We did.
Exactly.
We
It
did what?
could mean so many things. My take on it is he means we managed to pervert the world even more, fam.
Facts.
Bros.
I can't lie. I'm not gonna lie. I ran for trying to, I repeat your guy. Don't get me wrong. And cool, what you're doing. I see where you're going with this. Is the approach that you used? Nah, that's crazy, bro. It's the whole approach, G. Like the whole wearing dress thing.
That's the thing.
Nah, G.
I don't even think Kid Cudi is a homosexual. Is he?
I don't think so.
He's not. So
Yeah, that's the weirdest thing. These guys don't even be, but they're pushing these agendas.
think-
That's I know there's a bigger,
Picture behind him.
yeah.
definitely a bigger picture behind it. But no, we.
So you
The thing is, I'm saying like he's not even the first artist to do it. I saw what's his name?
Young, I see Young Thug in a dress.
Harry Styles.
Even you see my man, what's his name? Lil Pump. There's a picture recently.
Oh, the one where he was
He's
in the
bad when he's sitting.
I'm like, what are they
Bro,
doing?
I don't know.
What are they
don't know.
doing,
I
bro?
think even Playboy Cardi in a dress. I've seen stuff like that.
Yo, Easy was. He's
Yeah.
done bits as well.
Like they knew
things
he's
like that,
feminine, like very
feminine,
so
but
feminine.
What's funny is they move like that, but they're still like as far as I know, they're still
Straight, yeah.
they're still
That's how
treating-
you know
they
it's
get
the-
this with girls.
The
It's why-
labels is the
So what's the point of doing that? Like,
they're
What's it
pushing them
cheap?
to do it.
It's for
Yeah.
the clout, isn't it?
even for clout, like there's so many other ways of staying relevant and like creating controversy around you. Why would you pick that kind of
Wearing a dress.
controversy, bro? It makes no sense.
Me personally, I
It's
feel
messed
like
up.
the agenda is to feminize men and masculate women.
What do they gain from doing that though? Like that's the
I don't know, just perverting
Yeah, it's
the
immoral,
role. But to
man.
be honest, like that even plays back to what he said about him saying we did this. Like people need to understand when they're doing this stuff. Like what are you celebrating? Like
Well, what do you mean? What do you mean?
are
by
you
saying-
making no?
What do you mean by masculine women?
Like for example, tell women,
Females
you
with
don't need a man,
Yeah.
get your
Oh,
own money.
so you're
females
saying
should be more masculine.
I wanna
shaped.
focus-
so that
saying-
so you're trying to say
Yeah.
like because that inferiority complex that women feel, so it's trying to like bring them up like they say, oh, we're in the same level as men.
Basically.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's true,
Just
though,
trying
yeah.
to change things in that.
It's just, bro,
That's what's going on, though.
there's better ways to do it though. You just can't be wearing you can't be
Trying to
wearing a
be
dress
masculine.
and
Facts.
say masculine
Yeah,
women.
That's the quickest way to do it though, if you think about it, because they're really trying to break down the gender rule. They wanna
Cause
break
confusion.
those
It's like they want to have
boundaries.
only one, like not even one gender, like
It's like they don't even
some
want
universal thing. Like,
exactly where you
chaos.
can be whatever you want. But that's the thing, you can't live in a world without boundaries, without laws,
Facts
fam.
about rules.
Even nature works with laws, fam. There's the laws of nature, laws of physics,
100%.
or whatever. And once you start breaking down those laws, then obviously
Consequences.
things don't work properly
I
anymore.
saw some. I think it was an interview, but it was a video of Caitlyn Jenner, and there's I think like 3 other people.
Mm.
They're talking about him being a
Transgender.
transgender, and the guy was saying, "You are a man. Like whether you like it, your DNA, you're
Exactly.
a man. You still have your male private parts, and you start getting hella heated." He told him,
Or I
"You're
came
gonna leave here in the hospital. You're gonna leave here in the ambulance."
I came
Trying to get to
there's this one verse in the Bible.
a true person.
I think it's in Deuteronomy chapter 22 verse 5. He actually says a man should never wear woman's clothes and a woman
Yeah,
should never
facts.
wear
That man
a
should
man's
not wear
clothes.
what pertains to a woman.
Yeah, exactly. He actually clearly says
Vice
says-
versa.
Yeah, vice versa. So if the Bible tells us not to do it, and we're all religious, right? Why are we going against it?
But that's the
Not
thing.
everyone's religious, isn't it?
But it's funny,
But
because
it's the basic. It's the
Even
basic.
sure
there are some
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
there are some
Quran,
religious
they say-
homosexuals, fam. There are some religious homosexuals.
Homosexual religious. That doesn't.
That's where they create
That's
the
the thing. It
confusion.
doesn't.
You never answer.
It doesn't align because the Bible, I'm sure even the Quran,
Yeah.
clearly states that those kind of things are not the
They're
right things to
forbidden,
do. They're forbidden. So how can you claim to be doing what God wants you to do when clearly His word says the contrary, contradicts your actions? That's the thing. I feel like in this generation, especially, people prioritize their desires over everything.
100%.
So just because you want this, you have to have it. Just because you want to be like this, you have to be like
It's
this.
like people are scared to say no.
Exactly. It's like
To
whatever
draw the
you
line.
want.
We have to draw the
Like
line.
you said, that it's facts. You have to fight your desires, isn't it? Even like, for example, say if someone wanted to try a certain drug and they know it's bad,
Yeah.
so they won't do it in it. So like, they're fighting desires. Like, I know it's bad, I won't do it. I think the same thing with probably with homosexuality, over.
Yeah.
That's their desire, innit?
Yeah. Exactly.
So if they say they're religious, they can just fight the desire, innit?
Yeah.
That's actually a good point. It's not every desire you yield to.
That's the thing. People tend to say
People
they're
need to know
born
the
that way.
boundaries.
They tend to say
No,
they're
no,
born
that's
that
How
way.
you?
It's not
That's,
that.
that's some bullshit.
Listen, if that was natural, why can't they reproduce?
That's the thing, though. If we go with the logic of
Biology,
just because I desire something, I must have it, then that's really gonna fuck up the whole dynamics of the world, innit?
Everything.
So that means that someone that wakes up today and wants to kill everyone, it's allowed to technically because
I will call like this, innit? I
Exactly.
felt like this, I will call like this, innit?
Exactly.
Facts. Now, where do you draw the line? There has to be lines and boundaries in place.
Exactly.
Humanity is just going to be chaos.
Because if
You can't cross from one phase to another, right? So that's why there's our lane and there's their lane. You just have to respect it. You can't go and do what they're doing because there's certain things they can't do and we can't do. You just have to respect the boundaries.
That's just how it is.
That's what the natural law states.
Exactly.
There's a line there. You can't just cross it. You can't be
Right.
going around trying to wear a women's dress. That's not you, brother.
It's not you.
and
It's
still
not you.
expect to get the same respect from men.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, man. No
Even
one's
your
gonna
son,
respect
like,
you.
imagine
I'm
your
seeing
son.
I'm laughing.
Imagine your son seeing you in a dress. Like, what's he gonna think about
Exactly.
his father? Like,
You might as well call you money.
big man
I
Tim.
swear,
Big man
I
Tim.
swear, like, it's kind of like these public figures, boy, you need to think long term. I feel like most of them just, they focus on the bag or trying to sell out, sell more albums, but you need to think long term as well. Like, yo, what if I have kids? Like, deep, you see a lot of these people that do OnlyFans and that.
Yeah.
Fam, I know they're not thinking, what if I'm gonna have a kid or a family, just think about a quick piece. Imagine their kid going to school, getting bullied. Yo, I see your mum last night trolling him. How's that gonna affect them? How's it gonna affect him? I'm saying, so you need to think long term. And yeah, man, just fix up. But
That's the thing.
along the lines, I think, yeah, another topic is, so what is masculine and what isn't? What's your man take? I feel like people need to know, man. They need to know. Like, definitely wearing a dress is definitely not masculine.
Nowadays, people are really forgetting what masculinity is about.
Facts.
It's like society tries to encourage men to be more expressive, more emotional. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. Men should be able to express their feelings and stuff, but I feel like society's overdoing it. Like, they're over pushing us to develop traits which are more feminine, like being emotional. You get it? Like, that's more of a feminine thing if we're being honest with each other. That's just facts, innit? That's how nature's made. And yeah, like, us males living in those societies, growing up in those societies, cannot get lost with time, innit? Because we're so bombarded with so much different information. You get it? So it's so mad. But me personally, I think masculinity is about being able to provide for your family first of all, being able to be a leader, to lead your family, to protect your family as well. That's basically what masculinity is.
Yeah. Protect, provide, and add value. What about you, JD and
I'm still different. So you want to take over to
Yeah, I think I agree with you.
Yeah, I do agree with what Pierre said immensely. There's certain things, that's one of the few attributes, like basically a man has to do, right? So a man has to be able to provide for his family. That's very true. Like, you have to be there, you understand, in every single step of the way, trying to take care, like, basically to take care, you understand? And also, you gotta listen to your missus. Understand? Meaning, like, some guys feel like, because I'm the head of the house, I make the my final decision. You understand? You understand? Yeah, it's true. Like, you just, at the end of the day, sometimes you have to take account what the your other side, your missus says, because that's actually, you have to take into account.
Yeah, it's all about collaborating with your woman, isn't it?
I feel I've come across some people, they're like, I don't care what my wife will say, because I'm the top guy, I'm the best in it. Yeah, that's not right now. That's one of the attributes. I'm just saying that, like, we should actually take into account. You understand? And there's other many more. You pretty much said the main key ones that I feel like. Pierre said the main key ones that I feel like we should possess.
I don't blame women nowadays for always complaining. I mean, there is some toxicity coming out from that as well. But the fact that they live in a society where men are kind of losing their natural traits, probably like
they have to step up in a way.
Exactly, they have to step up in a way and kind of compensate for that lack. You get it?
But aren't some women the cause of that?
Yeah, definitely.
You know how they say, women should also be able to do this.
But
why should it only be the man who provides it?
That's true.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Like, that's why some feminists, not all feminists, but some extreme feminists like to push the ideology of females having to be independent and not needing a man. Do you get it? That's just how nature is made. Of course, there's some cases where obviously you'd prefer to live celibate or single for the rest of your life, innit?
Those are very rare cases, though.
That's very rare cases. Most of the time, you encounter someone of the opposite sex and spend the rest of your life with them.
Reproduce.
And I feel like those extremists are basically trying to break that idea, which I don't really agree with. What? Always when you're shooting,
You man are speaking German still.
You haven't paid
It's
the
a
bill.
little technical break, you know how it gets.
You haven't paid the bill, don't worry about it. Oh, no, yeah, right, you paid the bill.
Yeah, man, it's just a little switch.
That's the minor issue.
Well, yeah, man, another point is,
But I was like,
Man.
alright, get cozy. My bad, I'm a bit of a rush today.
Yeah, man. That's my point. I didn't finish my point, man.
Yeah,
What I wanted to say is, yeah, man, like, feminists, that's the thing, like, they try to push their beliefs on other females. They say that they want females to have more freedom and stuff, but just the fact that they're saying that their ideology is the right way to
Exactly.
be.
It's like their way or no way.
Yeah, it's like you're contradicting your own ideology, basically. So, can't agree with that, man. I agree with the fact that women need to have more freedom. Like back in the day,
they never had that.
exactly, it used to be peak for them. They couldn't vote,
No.
couldn't do certain things. So of course, in that way, it's only right to allow them to do those things, innit? That's why we've progressed so much since them times, innit? But I feel like it's getting to a point where it's getting too much. Like they're overdoing it. They want too much. Yeah.
Sure.
Facts.
Really. JD.
Now, PH pretty much said most of the points in it. I feel like they move. I understand, and I do believe men and women should be equal. I believe in that. It's just I feel like they now trying to move to become bossy. You understand? I understand being independent is alright, and to be honest, I love a woman who's independent. You understand? Like, she can say, I'm
encourage it.
I'm
Encourage
encouraged.
it going for
You
her.
understand? The fact that you're independent, that makes you even more attractive. Like I'll be like,
100%.
I'll be like, you know what? You're the one. So, but the fact that when you're in together, then you're trying to be bossing that. Because I respect you, and I'm gonna let you do your own thing. Just and I'll stick with you. You just don't try to control me. You understand? You feel me? Because I'm not gonna control you. It's what I'm asking. It's just what's the word? Reciprocation of it. Like if you don't control me, if you don't control me, I'm not gonna control you. Understand? But I feel like, because obviously I understand back in the days, like if you go back to like 1910s, them time, men used to actually control women. They were telling you have to do this, you have to do this. And obviously now I believe we've graduated now. We know equal rights, equality. You understand? Yeah. So yeah, we're all equal, right? Understand? And during that times, I felt bad. I understand it was very bad for you, for women. It's just right now because of equal. Just don't try to turn it around, because we both back in the days. You try to find both sides. You're trying to say, understand?
Take a break or stop voting.
Exactly. So it's just like, yeah, it was bad back in the days. I felt bad. It's just right now because we're all equal. Just let's go with it. Just go with the flow. You understand? That's all I gotta say. I don't know what else
you want to say.
No, I think TH and JD said everything I wanted to say.
Okay. Last but not least, what are you, man? No filters in it with this topic, with this question. Do women nowadays have it easy?
Do they have it easy? It depends what you mean by
what
the
aspect.
And we, in society terms, you seen as equal.
So you gonna repeat the last question?
Men and women, we both seen as equal in society.
What do I think of that?
Yeah.
I think we should be seeing equal, innit?
I think.
But in terms
Go on, let's.
before we carry on with this, shout out to Coca-Cola for
You a joke, man.
can you put that shit down?
Bro, man's only, bro.
The first question again, sorry? Is
Do
about,
women have it easy?
in terms of that, it depends, like, what you're talking about, innit? Like, for example...
Bro, I'm talking about $1 million in 6 hours, bro. These guys here can give you political right answers. I'm gonna keep it real, fam.
Like, okay, in terms of that...
What
shit,
guy is doing the same thing and making that much money?
No, but there's many other
At the
ways
same
for us to
time.
make money as well. Like for example, when it comes to sport, like let's say football, yeah, we get paid way more than females.
Listen,
Yeah,
if
that's
footballers
what
they get what?
pretty much most of the sports in the world.
500k in a week.
Exactly.
I don't think there's no female footballer that gets that in a year.
Exactly.
I feel like that's most
That's
of the,
very good.
that's most of the sports. I remember sorry to cut you short, man. NBA, right? NBA, like I'm not a shit player doesn't mean that he's a shit player. Nah, he's a good player.
Just say
average, yeah. Average player probably gets like 12 mil a year, right? Well, that amount of money he gets for the year, that's like a whole roster for the WNBA for the women, one of the women's team. So you get a one player worth a lot more money.
So it's similar but in different ways.
Yeah, exactly. So
Girls obviously are more attractive to the eye when it comes to just us in general and us humans. So of course that more people are gonna be pushed to
put that adult industry
to go for females and pay for the content they provide than the other way around. Innit? I don't want to be. I like it being that way. I wouldn't want it to be the other way. There's certain things which females are meant to.
100%. Even if you look at the audiences, there's definitely, I think there's more males that watch
Exactly.
the adult industry than females. So same thing as that in football terms, there's much more males that watch football than females.
So it's only right.
But
elaborating on the point you said about females having it more easy than men. Okay, maybe in that aspect they do, like in terms of the adult industry or whatever. But look at the other aspects, like how many females do you know that have been harassed?
Two.
You know what I mean? Like,
No, it's true. So I do guess it's balanced in a certain sense. But what do you think about the double standard sort of thing? For example, a man could do something, it's perceived differently from society if a woman does the same thing.
Yeah, I think that's right as well, because at the end of the day, men and women are not the same. Do you get it?
That's what I'm trying to get at.
So they shouldn't compare themselves to us.
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to show the feminists like
you get
pointless.
like it's facts, bro. When I go to the toilet, I pee standing up. A female is not gonna pee standing up, bro. It's just how nature's done.
That's
You're not gonna say
because
because men do it, I should be allowed to do it as well.
Man, there's gotta be some.
That's just how.
And if you disagree with us, feel free
and it
to
goes
let us
both
know in the
ways, because
comments.
I see a lot of men complaining online about females are able to do this and they have it easier than men, this, that. I think we should stop complaining as a whole, man. Because there's something that are just the way they are.
It's meant to be, yeah.
So what you're saying is we should stop complaining and instead accept the differences.
Yeah, embrace the differences.
Work together. Yeah, that's my vibe as well.
Yeah, because bro, for example, you know, them being pregnant for 9 months and have to deliver, right? Especially the natural birth way. You know the amount of pain they have to go through at that time. Oh, that's 9 months. You understand? So those you have to put in the certain things that PSA that us men you can't do. Because I saw this one video on Instagram. The husband, it was just like a test for what the pain they go through, right? And bro, none of the man could hug for like 15 seconds. You understand?
Shout out to my strong lady.
You understand? So they said that, true, shout out to all the strong, all the women that
your moms
and everything.
God bless you.
That's fine.
Appreciate you, for real.
That's right. It's bro, like, well, yeah, the double standard should be there, but there's certain things that we do that, you know, that they can't do, and there's certain things that women do that we can't do.
Simple.
So that's natural law over there.
Let's say
That's how point for him.
Yeah, you said something earlier. Your question was about if I think men and women were equal or something.
maybe we just talked about it.
No, didn't.
Men are equal, like you just talk about the double standards, the differences. So
Anyways, you said something earlier about men and female being equal or having equal opportunities, basically. And what I want to say about that is, men and females, like I just said, should have equal opportunities, but we don't have the same skills. So even if we do have equal opportunities, men might be better off in, like, more likely to obtain certain positions, for example, when it comes to jobs, than women. Same way,
vice versa.
Vice versa, and the same way some jobs may be more suitable for women. They may naturally have skills which will benefit that job. Do you get it?
Right.
So, like I just said, we should all have the same, like, equal opportunities. But then obviously we're all gifted in different ways. So for example, in sports, as I always use that example, but when in athletics, let's say you're doing 100 meters, for example, we all start at the same line, same level, we're all only be allowed to leave to start running at the same time. But we're all gifted physically in different ways. I might be faster than you. You might be faster than JT, and vice versa.
You trying to flex, bro?
Don't take it too hard, but what I'm basically trying to say is,
just to clarify, TT and he ain't faster.
Hey, you fix the fastest.
No. Wait. No one is faster than me. Just to clarify, I'm just saying out there.
if you might want to see a race, let us know in the comments. How about that? And tell us who you think is the quickest.
All I'm saying is, not everyone can.
I'll give £5 to whoever gets it right. Actually,
Hey, put the money now.
Put the money. That's how confident I am. But yeah, going back to my point, I was saying that it's all about equality of opportunity. So like I was saying earlier, like for the race, we all start at the same time, all start at the same level, but physically we might be gifted differently, and it's not because I win the race that I had more. I was given more chances than you. Do you get it? That's just how nature was made. You feel me? Or maybe I put in more work.
Using God's gift there.
Exactly.
Facts. I think it all boils down to, like you said, the skill set and also supply and demand.
What do you mean?
For example, you see how we said like women are likely to do better in the adult industry because there's more supply from men.
The demand type.
That's not even
It's kind of the same way with sports.
Yeah, because
Like the viewers that tune in to watch the Champions League for men, it's gonna be way higher.
let's not just use that example for women though. 'Cause
For women.
women are of course like you're skilled in other sectors. Like for example, like let's say
Hey, ladies, you know what I mean, man.
for the medicine industry field, for
yeah,
example, more
no,
females are like doctors than men. I think.
Yeah.
Like there's more nurses, for example,
for sure.
more female nurses than male nurses. So yeah, like that's just how things are, man. That's why we just need to stop complaining about things that don't need to be complained about.
So
I feel like human actually correct. He's just I feel like he looks at the skills in it because for example computer science field, right?
Yeah.
Like they sign women out there who are very good at coding and stuff, like hacking and stuff. You understand? They're very good and they're smart. You understand? So obviously, back in the days, obviously, if you're a woman, you can't go and get a job because they need a man to do that type of job. But you might pretty much say it because of the skills. Alright, if I go to a job, right? Let's say I'm going against a woman, right? And she's more qualified than me. Alright, so if I get the job because I'm a man, I'll feel like, you know what? Okay, that's not be fair. Because she has CVs way better than mine, do you understand?
Well, I don't care.
Obviously, I'll take the job because I need the
rack
P.
off his bread.
I'm just saying, obviously, if I'm the offer, but deep down, I feel like, you know what? I feel bad. You understand?
Why are you lying?
No, bro, because the bread is there.
I'm gonna give her a handshake, innit?
Obviously, but deep down, I'm like, it's unfair on her. Obviously, it's not my decision.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It ain't my decision. It's just the employer just chose me, you understand? But I feel like, okay, if she's more qualified and she's better than me, just, I'll find the hell. If she gets the job, like, shake her hand, congratulations, you deserve it. You understand? You just certain people out there, they say, look, okay, I'm gonna focus on the male position.
This guy's, hey, that's his pay. I'm gonna take the money and dash it to TikTok for sure.
Just that. So, but yeah, what you want to say about the schools and stuff here, there's certain things, us men are good at, especially.
See that example you used here? Don't you think it plays in with like, in a way, systematic racism? For example,
Like white and black.
yeah, bro, like you can be more qualified than. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's
it's the same
similar.
thing, yeah, it's the same thing, bro. Yeah,
Obviously,
obviously.
you have to work twice as hard in it to get the
100%.
same.
It does exist though. There is like people who are sexist, even when it comes to
100%.
employing certain people. Some people may
Even in the corporate world.
Exactly.
Men get paid more
100%.
than women. Even if they're doing the same job. Sexism. So.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I've seen it.
'Cause I was
I've seen,
watching-
I've seen it, yeah. There's a stat, so
Is it?
I can't remember the exact figures, but yeah, men get paid.
That's a
Higher
whole
than
different
the same.
topic, but yeah, man. At the end of the day,
We're all saying men and women are equal, and we actually agreeing that we should all get equal opportunities.
We're equal in different ways.
Yeah, we could different ways, and
100%.
the opportunities that we should all get the same equal opportunities. Just
Facts.
Yeah.
Let us know your views as well in the comments. Any other topics you want us to cover?
Leave that down below.
That's episode 6 in the bag.
Oh.
Get it! Oh, you ain't faster than me. Get that shit out of there. You sure?